By popular demand, and of course this has been heavily requested, I'm going to show you guys how to utilize the DPS side of the quantum powers. I am the baddest mofo lowdown in gaming, Sho'Nuff. Welcome to my DCUO's how-to guide. Just be sure to hit the subscribe button onto this channel so that way you can stay to know on the content that's being uploaded here. Now I'm going to show you guys my loadout, and I'm going to elaborate a bit on the DPS side. Now of course this isn't a definitive loadout here. What I want to showcase to you guys is something I don't think not many have really done before, but it's just something that I've been doing on my streams, and I just want to kind of concise it a bit on this video just to give you a bit of an elaborate look on how to utilize the powers. Now you also want to really remember, guys, that skill points does matter. So in order for you to deal out sufficient and efficient damage, big damage is what most people would say, you want to have enough skill points. Now we're going to go over to powers. Actually we're going to actually go over to powers. Let's go ahead and talk about the iconic powers that I am using. Now for quantum, for my DPS side, I am using the following. This is really kind of like a staple to me, to be honest with you. As a DPS, this is going to be your default iconic powers, which is going to be weapons expert and tactical genius. All right, now this is definitely optional. I am utilizing intimidating gaze and wisdom of Solomon, but again this is definitely optional because I'm just having more dominance, of course, and I am utilizing more power, not so much as vitalization. All right, now we're going to go over to time. All right, now for time, of course that's going to be your default power. You're going to start off with tachyon burst, and then we're going to start from the left. We're going to go for time shift, anomaly, warp barrage, and then you're going to use temporal vortex. All right, that's going to be your supercharge. And then over to your right, you're going to use time bomb, tachyon blast, and distortion rave. All right. For space, you're just only going to use 3 powers. It's going to be right in the middle. Of course, gravitonic field is going to be your default, and then you're going to grab inspiral waves and warped reality. That's the only thing you need from this tree. So you're going to be getting the bonus over here in this tree here. All right, now once you're done, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of the skills as well. So what I'm using two-handed. That's really optional, to be honest with you. You're not necessarily going to be hitting with a weapon per se, but this is just my preference. But if you are going to utilize any weaponry, you want to be sure you want to put in the following skills. You're going to use for critical attacks and might. Okay, so critical attack chance, and then you're going to also use might, and then of course power as well. Power is definitely going to be something you're going to want to have, but of course critical attack chance is there for you to, as it not only modifies your damage, it just gives you big damage. All right, so and also if you're going to go for, if you have enough skill points, be sure to invest in might/precision. You're not only using this for precision per se for your weapon, you're going to be using this for might, as you're going to be hitting with your damage is going to be coming from your powers. All right, so you want to invest in those slots mostly. If you see DPS, if you see defense, or even see some health, you can go ahead and allocate your skill points into health, or even in your defense as well, provided if you have enough for them. All right, now for your loadout, all right, we're going to go from left to right. We're going to go to damage, and we're going to go from left to right. We're going to start with time bomb. That's going to be your bread and butter there. All right, because as long as that's out, that's how you're going to buy back your power. Okay, now also you're going to use warp reality. That's going to give you an attack buff, of course. All this is just really fun. It's very fundamental. Okay, all it takes is for you to do is just read. All right, it's not necessarily really too complicated. Some wordings can be kind of intimidating, but of course this is why I'm actually creating these videos so you guys can kind of get a bit of an understanding. And of course, if I'm wrong, if you can stand me corrected, be sure to really kind of like let me know in the comment section. Of course, I'm just being humble about it. So we're gonna go for Time Bomb. That's gonna be the first power you're gonna use. You're gonna use Warp Reality afterwards. You're gonna clip into that. Okay, so you're gonna clip into Time Bomb and Warp Reality, as the bonus of that clipping is gonna come from after Time Bomb. Okay, and then you're gonna go into Distortion Wave, Warp Barrage, Tachyon Blast, and then Temporal Vortex. Now, Temporal Vortex is, of course, it's a supercharge. Now, you're not going to necessarily go into that all the time. In fact, it's been recommended that if you were to utilize, or if you were to use Temporal Vortex, you can just skip Time Bomb in a sense, and you can just go to Warp Reality, Distortion Wave, Warp Barrage, and Tachyon Blast. But I just strongly suggest that you go ahead and just go to Time Bomb, Warp Reality, Distortion Wave, Warp Barrage, Tachyon Blast. All right, so that's going to be the 5 powers you're going to use. And then Temporal Vortex is going to be something you just kind of throw out just for the added damage. So added harder damage at that. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you guys how to use, how this looks out. Now, the reason why that I love Quantum is by far my favorite trolling power is because that is the effects from it is just absolutely better than just one of the best that you would ever see in DCUO when it comes to the controlling powers in the game. So I'm going to show you guys how it looks like. So we're going to go to, sometimes I actually forget the name of these powers. So we're gonna go to Time Bomb, Warp Reality, Distortion Wave, Warp Barrage, and then Tachyon Blast. All right, so you're gonna clip those. Then you're gonna go for 3 rotations before Warp Reality actually uses up. Once you're done, delay that, and that's where you're gonna go ahead and clip. All right, by the 3rd rotation, you're going to kind of delay yourself real quick. And then you're just going to clip. All right. Now you may get a stun or 2 from that. And as you can see, big damage there. Just big damage. Big damage. So, and again, I'm just going to show you guys what I'm using here. So what I've done was I clip Time Bomb into Warp Reality. Okay, so the bonus damage is going to come from Time Bomb right after Time Bomb actually activates. Once that sets, once the damage comes from there, you're going to get the bonus damage from that. Okay, so as long as Time Bomb out, you're going to receive your power buyback from that. Okay, so you're going to use Time Bomb, clip that into Warp Reality. You're gonna go into Distortion Wave, Warp Barrage, and Tachyon Blast. So, and once you're gonna rotate this 3 times, okay, by the 3rd rotation, you're gonna kind of delay yourself from using Tachyon Blast until that the timer from Warp Reality is and then once the timer pretty much goes towards its end, you're going to clip Tachyon Blast into Warp Reality, and then you're going to pretty much just going to go through the same rotation again. Now sometimes you may mess up due to you have to break out from a controlled effect or from a stun effect, and that's fine. That's going to happen. In this case, you may miss the rotation. Just always start, if you don't see Time Bomb activated, or rather, if Time Bomb is activated, if you actually mess up on your rotation, just go ahead and wait until Time Bomb just pretty much disperses and it's pretty much done. Then you're just going to start from your, just go ahead and just restart from your rotation from there. Okay, so again, you're going to clip that, and that's where your big damage comes into play. 3rd rotation, you're going to kind of delay yourself, and then you're going to clip right into Warp Reality. Now, if you want to use your superpower, your supercharge, you can go boom. So that way you can kind of, that way it gives you alleviation for you to, use your power there. So one last time, I'm going to go ahead and delay, And as time bombers out, and there you go. So, and then you're going to see the big damage come up right there on the parser, and you're going to see that I have hit with 5,714,186 in total. That is basically 571 hits. So that's not too bad at all. You know what I'm saying? And the buyback is actually, the power buyback is really, really good. So there you have it. This is the DPS rotation for Quantum. And of course, again, this is not a definitive loadout. This is just something that you can utilize, as this is really one of my favorite loadouts that one of my favorite DPS loadouts to use. And this is just something that for me, I understand it is pretty easy for you to kind of get through, get your damage out, and bada bing, bada boom, you're there. You know what I'm saying? You just rotate. Time bomb is really the big thing there. Just be sure that time bomb hits and you're doing your rotation, so that way you get your damage, your bonus damage out the way. So there you go. Now for this, guys, I want to talk to you about white mods, or rather this is going to be your tactical mods. For this alone, if you're not going to use any colored mods for now, or whatever specific reason you may have for not utilizing your colored mods at this point of your gaming cycle here, the thing of it is that even though betas will be used, or rather betas are useful, quite useful at that, which is something I will be talking to you guys about in another how-to guide. I want to talk to you guys about how important white mods are. Now for DPS, it is very imperative that you have your own base, and of course you're going to go to your base main frame. All right, now you're going to go down here. Once you get here, well, first off, you're going to go to your generator. All right, and you're going to spend at least what we call paying your bills. You're going to spend a lucrative amount of money. For instance, for your lithium cell, that's going to be $1,250, or rather $1,250, and then of course for your iron cell, $1,500, and then of course for your for your hydrogen cell, $1,750. Now, for each cell that you unlock here, that's going to be the level of your main frame. All right, the trick thing about this, though, however, is that you want to unlock all the way up to the third. You're actually going to unlock over to your hydrogen cell. All right, and the reason for this being is because you're going to want to unlock the boost side here, and you're going to definitely unlock the tactical mods through mods 2. Okay, now the thing of it is that they are perishable. And of course, these expire as opposed to your upgrades. They don't expire once you spend your marks on these. All right. So even if you were even if your generator were to expire, these will stay on. These will stay active no matter what. So even if you do power up your generator, they stay on. It's the third one that does expire, but it expires every 2 months. Okay, so remember that. That's actually really good. Now also another thing, as for your generator, if you are premium, my highest suggestion is to be sure you have items that's going to sell the equivalent to 2,000, to your max, basically to your max monies that you can actually accrue. So basically you're going to be spending or rather you're going to be selling some items that's going to be at least up to 2,000 per sale. All right. Now, once you do that, you're going to go over here and you'll go to your dispense item area, to your item dispenser here. And this is where you can acquire your orbiter strikes, your supply drops, your sidekicks and all that, even your generator, your tactical mods here. So you'll definitely be seeing him here. And what I'm going to tell you guys is the items the mods that I am using for my DPS stance. Now for my weapon, I use the Blast Adapter 5. That's from your tactical mods 2. That's what I'm talking about. It's very important that you unlock that node there. Now the thing of it is, because I am only using my powers, I rarely use my weapon, but if I do, that is my placeholder, as I am blasting away my enemies and my target and up to 5 other nearby enemies basically. For my headpiece, now this unfortunately is not in the dispenser, in the item dispenser there. Rather, it comes from your time capsules, more specifically your quantum time capsule. Now for this, I'm using, of course, if you were to look into the broker, I'm pretty sure you'll find this this head mod there, which is the energized tachyon blast. And of course, it will return 3% of your power when you use the tachyon blast, of course, and the effect will only occur once every 10 seconds. Very useful, as you're buying back 3% more of your power. For the neck piece, for my necklace, I am using escalating might 5, and it increases my might by 3% for 8 seconds each time you hit an enemy with a harmful superpower, and it stacks up to 3 times, so it's actually pretty cool. Does not work with supercharges, however, works only with your superpowers, which is pretty cool. So for your back piece, I'm using Violent Breakout. It's useful if you are in a stun or control effect, and of course, if any nearby enemies are around you, you're basically just clearing out the enemies. All right, and of course, it is very useful in PvP. For the chest piece, I am using Core Strength, which of course I'm gaining an additional 10% in damage. For my handpiece, I'm using max damage, and of course, in max damage, for max damage, damage roll bonuses are now 60%, and all other rolls gain 10% damage for a short time after using a superpower. So it is absolutely incredible if you are using Temporal Vortex. So awesome, because it's only 25% per use. Last but not least, I'm using for my feet piece, I'm using Explosive Block. Now, as I block my enemy's attacks, they're actually being blown away by force. So the more enemies that just lunge, so basically it's good if an enemy lunges at you, or if they're using a combo where they know that they're not going to be able to stop, you know what I'm saying, and they don't recognize you blocking at that precise moment as they're attacking you, they're being blown away. That's more of a reset for you to you know what I'm saying, to kind of like dish out your damage right back at them. And it's also pretty useful in PvP as well, even though some people would kind of really shun that and would really kind of shun you for using it. So, but there you have it. That's the white mods that I'm using for my DPS stance, and I hope that this is useful to you as has been useful to me. So guys, that will wrap up this edition of my how-to guide for DC Universe Online. I want to thank you guys for watching this. Just be sure once again to hit the subscribe button on this channel so that we can stay to know on the content that's being uploaded here. And this portion of the said how-to guide has brought to you by Team MC. Don't compete with other streamers, compete with yourself. Check out the link in the info bar below on how you can become a part of Team MC. Thank you guys for watching, and by his grace, be blessed. Sho'Nuff.